discussing right here the day before Thanksgiving. If you're watching this live, hello, hello. We're discussing getting your yoga business ready for New Year's rush. Now, let me be clear. New Year's rush has to do with people in their own specific circumstances. People aren't specifically thinking, hey, it's New Year's. Let me reach out to that yoga teacher I know. They are setting New Year's resolutions based on the things they need to change in their life. And you being ready to help them experience the change that you've already experienced, you can be a part of that transformation. So let's hop on in and talk about the three key points that you can use for New Year's to make a difference in your business. So, number one, we're going to talk about leveraging the New Year energy. Number two, we're going to talk about New Year's packages and programs that you can create. Number three, we're going to talk about your presence and how that can actually set the tone for your year. Okay. My name is Alicia. For those of you who don't know me, Alicia Dugar Stevenson here. I am on a mission to spread world peace through inner peace, and that's why I do this work. I know that yoga teachers are the ones that get to share the message that self connection helps to improve our lives, our human lives here on this planet. And when individuals feel good, they help others to feel good directly and indirectly, just like its opposite, hurt people. So in the idea of making the world better, I am going to share with you these three tips, and I even have a bonus tip. All right, so number one, leverage the New Year's energy to align with transformation. Although our calendar New Year is technically not in the springtime, like the natural world New Year, we recognize that so many people over a span of thousands of years have recognized the Gregorian calendar, which is the calendar we use currently, to live their lives by. And in doing so, they have put energy into January 1st. And so you can leverage that energy to help people. All right. How many of you know people who are dealing with severe circumstances and are like, in the new year, I'm going to change something. I'm going to make that thing better. I am going to improve in this way. People are having this in their minds. And so, what you can be doing leading up to New Year is nurturing that conversation that they're already having in their mind, nurturing it with what you do and the type of transformation that's possible if they work with you. So, people just flock to yoga in the new year. It's the highest grossing part of the year for entire yoga industry, and the wellness business sees a huge spike in overall revenue, that's dollars in your business, in number of clients, in number of new clients coming in to try something different that they've never tried before, and that's because they're ready for a fresh start. They're looking for physical, mental, emotional transformation. And so, us yoga teachers, we can be the guide that they need. All we need to do is to focus our energy, our marketing, our energy, and our offerings to highlight this desire for renewal and change. So that means your messages speak directly to their need for balance, for healing, for personal growth, and the language that evokes possibility and hope. So you can position your classes and your workshops and programs and trainings and whatever it is you provide as the bridge to the new life they're creating, they're craving and desire to be creating. But basically, what I mean by that is the way that you talk to your people leading up to New Year and even in the New Year, because that energy lasts past January 1st, it lasts even until February. and sometimes even until March. And then we get another energetic shift with the spring new year, so the natural new year. Okay, so even if you're not ready to launch January 1, you still have the opportunity to be supporting and building your community so that when they're ready, even in the springtime, they can make that shift. Number two, key point for you to keep in mind for this New Year's preparation is that you can create exclusive New Year's packages and programs. Something that something that I really love about what we do as yoga teachers is we teach from what we've experienced. So if there is something that you've experienced that's been a huge transformation, even if you haven't taught it before, this could be your opportunity to really lean in and support people in your journey for overcoming your chronic pain in your shoulder, your journey in healing your knee than when you tore your ACL. You're healing in lowering your blood pressure. You're healing in your relationship with your spouse. You're healing in your relationship with kids, parents, etc. You have the opportunity to sit down, allow yourself to take inventory, whether it's mental inventory. I do recommend writing it down. I have written down all the transformations that I've gone through. It's actually really rewarding practice. So if you can set aside, and I like to give myself a time limit so I can just jot it out without overthinking. Just jot out all the transformations, whether it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, give yourself a time limit. Jot out all the transformations that you can think of at all, little and big, because something that seems little to you may be big to someone else. So, oftentimes, because I no longer have chronic lupus pain and inflammation, it seems like a whole lifetime ago. And I wrote that on my transformation that I overcame lupus. I was able to get off all the meds. I was able to wake up without pain. And realizing that when I wrote that down, I started to talk about it again because to me, something that, oh, I've been there, done that, is someone's right now crisis of like, I am upset that I woke up again to live in this again. So somebody out there is dealing with something that you have gotten over. So write down even the small things. All right. So for your list of transformations. And then you can create whatever that program looks like for you. And don't worry, a lot of people say you got to have everything together before you start. I mean, honestly, I recommend having someone who's done it before. So if you know someone who's created any types of courses or programs and you trust that person, go ahead and work with them. If you want to do that with me, reach out to me and we can talk about what that type of mentorship would look like. But essentially, you're going to create something that you can do along with them. And what I mean by that is you're creating the program ahead of the time that they need to come and show up, but you don't have to have the full program complete before they start. You have the outline done, you know where you're going, and then you create this thing that allows them to unfold and evolve. So things like a 30-day challenge, you're not going to necessarily create all of the 30-day challenge before New Year starts. You could, choose to create 10 a day or 10 a week or something like that. And so you have that ahead of time, but you wouldn't necessarily create the whole 30-day worth of content and worth of liaison communication. You can, it's an option. You can absolutely do that. Okay, so the reason why I say that, and I like to give a little more background, I am a person that truly believes done is better than perfect. And for those of us who have been afflicted by the perfectionist bug in the past, like myself, I would hold off and hold off and hold off of things and actually rob people of the opportunity to get the breakthroughs that I've experienced. When in reality, I would love to be able to get started, and then if I need to make the program better, I can make it better and better, and then my people who start with me, they get to benefit from that, because I usually give special treatment to all the people who are the first in every program that I do, and so they'll get the newest versions as we grow and as we evolve. So think about what type of new year packages and programs you can create, whether it be a multi-class pass, 30-day challenges, new year, new you, that kind of stuff. And, whether it's a workshop or something like that. And even immersion programs where they're with you for a larger portion of time, or whether it's completely self-paced, like you have to decide what that'll be. So these packages and all your programs being at this time, you get to leverage the collective energy of people who are looking to start strong, provide them a way to get locked in, commit to themselves for the next few months or year, depending on what your program is. And then, even for those New Year's packages, you can offer, yes, maybe it's a New Year special pricing or an early bird special discount, or, special bonuses for those who sign up. And I love to do all of the above. I do early bird pricing for sure, like for example, the Black Friday teacher training special that I have, 500-hour teacher training. The first few people got more than a 90% discount, and they were super surprised because I didn't advertise that pricing out loud. I mean, I just told you all, but they were surprised when they got their invoice and it was actually a little bit cheaper than they had expected. And so the special bonus that I offer to them, not only business training, but also the opportunity to start classes even before their training starts. So they can come and practice, they can brush up on their skills, they can ask questions, and they have the potential to set themselves up for success even more before starting training in the summer. So you could do something like that, create something that's going to be sold at the new year, but doesn't necessarily need to start right away on January 1st. You can have it be a later start date. It's up to you. Some people like to start January 1st. It's totally up to you. All right, so those are the first two. The last three, the last one, and then the bonus. So this last one I talked about your online and offline presence, and you can refine that for maximum reach. So the new year is not just about attracting more students. It's about attracting the right students. Y'all ever heard the term all money and good money? Yeah, we gotta be really, really cautious about who we allow in our space, y'all. I was interviewing someone for the 500-hour, the Black Friday teacher training, and she was like cutting me off when I was asking questions. She was catching the attitude, and I had a feeling of like, I don't want to work with this person. Because if I would have, I didn't offer her, she didn't get accepted. But if I had offered her a chance to train with the yoga school, the Gold Yoga Institute, and she had accepted, what kind of student would she be? She'd be somebody who would be potentially aggressive, because that was the tone of the conversation on her side, was very interruptive. Like, how do I expect her to interact with the tribe? And I'm very, very protective of the energy of the training tribe. People in the tribe have their person that's like them. If you ever felt like people around you aren't evolving and they aren't really giving that feeling of, you get me anymore, that's what we have in the tribe. And so I refuse to allow anybody in who does not have that type of energy. So, with that being said, you get to pick your students. You can absolutely reserve the right to refund people their money and give it back to them if they're turning out not to be the correct student. And then with your marketing materials before the purchase, and this is online and offline, you get to reflect the quality, the experience, the transformation that you offer. So be cognizant about what your flyers look like, what your text says when you communicate them when and with messages. with emails. If you're offering online classes or workshops, make sure your platforms are ready for the new students. Maybe you need to refresh your website. Maybe you collaborate with local businesses and gyms and wellness influencers to spread the word, to expand the reach, and really share the type of transformation that you would like to share with the community. Okay? Is this making sense so far? I'm going to go back over the three things that we covered so far. We've covered leveraging the new year energy to align with transformation, create new exclusive new year packages and programs, or refresh one of your own. Just want to put that out there. You don't have to do more work if you've already done it. Number three, refine your online and offline presence for maximum reach. So far, are those making sense? Let me see your comment come in. Comment come in the chat box. So bonus tip, one more sip of the tea. This is lavender lemon lavender. Very good. All right. Bonus tip, prioritize self-care and boundaries. As you prepare for the New Year's surge, I mean, you're going to have people who maybe they're your friends and family who just know you teach yoga, so they're asking you about it. Maybe they found you on Instagram, so they're asking you about it. Prepare for the New Year surge. It's easy to get caught up in the hustle, but remember your energy, that's what's the most valuable asset. Protect your time. Set healthy boundaries and make self care a priority. When you're grounded, present, and operating from a place of abundance, you'll attract more of the same and be able to serve your students even better. And that's really what's going to make the difference for you. All the other things are well and fine. You can get more students, you can have new programs, you can align with New Year's energy, all of that. But if you are not having a good experience on the other end, then it's not sustainable. And I learned this the hard way during COVID. I had so many people ask to go and sign up for yoga teacher training. I felt obligated because, my response to trauma is to create a solution, is to fix. And I've even had the therapist say PT, post traumatic growth syndrome, PTGS, that whenever something happens, I'm like, okay, how can we grow from this? So when the world shut down and things started going crazy, I was like, yes, all right, the world needs teacher trainings. I'm getting all kinds of DMs. People are reaching out. This is what they need. This is what's going to help people so that once we have these teachers that are certified, they're going to go teach the people, and then the world's going to be better. People are going to calm down, all the things. And I went past the boundaries that I had previously set for myself because of the desire to be of service. And I end up burning out. And honestly, I am just now becoming fully aware of how burnt out I was. And it is something that's very real. I mean, this is 2 and 4 years later because there were different levels of burnout. So, y'all, it's so important. You got to take care of yourself. You have to figure out what your boundaries are, whether it's your boundary of your schedule. What days are you working? What times are you working? And what times are you putting aside for yourself, for your practice, for your family? You have to really be clear about that. And then now that you have all those things together, so you have number one, you leveraging the New Year's energy. Two, you're creating exclusive New Year's packages or you're reframing something you already have. Number three, you're refining your online and offline presence. And then bonus, you are prioritizing your self-care and boundaries. Now it's the time to prepare a plan and get excited. The new year is your moment to shine. Y'all, the new year is your moment to shine. Yoga teachers, the new year is your moment to shine. Not just in business, but your opportunity to take people from just a New Year's resolution to like, oh my gosh, yoga has helped me heal. So this is your time to get in your mission. So the mission that I lead is to spread world peace through inner peace. Your mission could be, something specific to you. But this is your time to shine and transform your community through the healing power, the wisdom, the ancient knowledge of yoga. Let's make it happen. And we have a chance for you to have guidance with that. I have a 6 week training that's really set up for you to take care of the different components in creating your New Year's program. So if you're interested, I do have that on Black Friday special. It is only $2.99. Like, to get your business ready and rolling, I have templates for you to use. You just fill in the blank based off what your needs. I mean, you would go over niche, we go over pricing, we go over what offers work. And this is a recorded course that you can actually see people in their live learning, and you can actually learn from them and from our conversations, from our live Q&A. This is an opportunity for you to really take advantage of something that is set up for you to succeed. Okay, and so each of the homework assignments correlates with each of the lessons. I am also, I think I mentioned it earlier, but I do want to follow up the Black Friday 500-hour yoga teacher training. It is on sale, 90% off. And you have the opportunity to become 500-hour certified. If you're already 200-hour certified, something that you get to do is you get to go deeper into the materials, because a master is someone who masters the fundamentals, the basics, the elements of whatever they're studying. Number two, you have the opportunity to redeem training hours for a component of the training that you have some learning component, whatever of the qualifying learning components. For example, you can assist a 200-hour teacher training. You can do a special project. So there are certain things you can do to get credit for your 200 hours and then get the 300-hour zeroed in advanced anatomy, advanced yoga class sequencing, advanced methodology, all those different components you get. And then at the end, you get an amazing shiny certificate. I love shiny certificates, y'all. So not only do you get that, but you also get some other bonuses. And like I mentioned before, I like to get you with the bonuses. Yeah, yeah. All right, so you have the opportunity to do that. So if you're interested in do that, you can just comment on this video and I'm happy to reach out to you. If you're watching this and you're not sure where to go, I'm happy to put a link so that you can reach out, get access to the link. So check it out, look into it. If you don't see a link, just put a comment on there. And there's two things that I told you about. So one thing, if you decide to do the yoga entrepreneur success, that's the virtual training program I talked about, you can just put yes in the comments, all caps. If you would like to get the 500-hour, put the number 500 in the comments. So I'll know exactly what you're looking for and I'll be able to help you out with that. All right, so with that being said, my name is Alicia Dugar Stevenson. I'm about to teach a class focused on the 4 agreements. This is an alignment based yoga class, so it's philosophy based, it's text based, and we use props and I teach modifications. So if you are a yogi or you are someone looking to get into yoga in a way that is authentic to you, then I invite you to join us. We have class every Wednesday unless I'm traveling, and I am happy to support. So with that being said, I look forward to seeing what I can do to serve you so that you can better serve our communities, because the mission is world peace through inner peace. Have a great rest of your day, y'all. Happy holidays. Peace.